Subsetting the data. Once we have imported our data set and we have performed all the checklist and we have seen the what kind of data set we have, we might want to create subset of that data frame, and we want to perform analysis on the sub data set only. So how do we do this? There are many ways we might want our subset to be. Like, we might want our subset to be from the any particular rows that we want to select in our new subset, or we might want to have a few particular columns in our new subset, or we might want a few columns and the few rows from the previous data set and create a new subset. So how do we do this? We will go to our Python console and we will see how can we go about it. So I will clear the console first. So first I will just try to import one new data set. I have given the data set name GDP1 or GDP or GDP1, whatever you want to give it. I'm giving it a data frame name GDP1, and if I try to import it by using the pandas.read CSV function, I see an error over here. What this error says, the thing is, when a data set or data file has been saved, it is saved with some kind of encoding. So if you face this kind of issue, you might have to give the type of encoding or any type of encoding you want as while reading the file. Here again I have just tried using the importing this file, and I have given one parameter encoding equal to ISO 8859-1. What kind of encoding you can use depends on what kind of file that you are trying to import, and once you know the encoding of that file, you can just give the value of that encoding or type of encoding as a parameter, and then you would be able to import that data file very easily. Right now I have given the encoding type, and now I am able to import the data file in as a GDP data frame. Over here in the variable explorer, you can see that I have imported the GDP data frame. If we want to see the shape of it, we can directly go to the variable explorer and we can see that there are 194 rows and there are 4 columns, and we can also check it by some functions dot shape. And if we want to see the name of the column, we can directly see that by using dot columns dot values function, and we would be able to see the name of the column, which are country underscore score and country underscore code, then rank, the country, and then GDP. Now if we want to just create one new subset with only top 10 values of top 10 rows, what I can do is I can just use the head function and assign this to a new data frame named GDP1. If I run it, we can see that we have created one new data frame in the variable explorer. You can see that which has 10 rows and all the 4 columns that we wanted. Now if we want to okay, first let's just see the data frame how it looked like. Here we can see that there is one index column also, meaning if we want to select any row from any particular row by the index number, we can do that. And if we want to create a subset, we can just use the function called ILOC, which is index location, and in square bracket we have to pass a list of the index value that we want in our new subset. So I have given the new subset name GDP2, which is a new data frame, and it will be giving us a subset from by using ilog, which will use the index value 2, 9, 15 and 25. So if I run it, I can see that we have created one new data frame which is GDP2, and if I open this data frame, we can see that the index value of 2, 9, 15 and 25 has been taken into consideration while building this new subset. Now if I want to build a subset just by selecting a few columns, so this I can do it by using the name of the data frame, and then in a list I can pass all the name of the columns that I want in my new subset. So I'm creating a new variable GDP3, which would be my new data frame, and if I want to subset it, I can, if I run this code, I will be able to see a new data frame with only 2 columns, country and rank, which we actually wanted. I will close this one. And if sometimes we want our column to be by both the row and the column. For example, if I want only the column country and GDP, and the rows that I want is from 0 to 10. I can use it by like this. But in here, always remember the first argument we want to give is in the square bracket is the number of column and then the number of rows that I want. If I run it, I would be able to see the GDP4 data frame, new data frame which has been created. It has from 0 and to this 10 signifies that we want 10 values and we want to start from next number 0. Always remember how the counting works in Python. Sometimes we want to just exclude some of the columns from our data frame and want to create a new subset with dropping some few columns. So what we can do is we can use dot drop function while creating this new data frame, and we can in the values we can give the country code, which is the column that we want to drop, and we have to select the axis also. Axis meaning axis 1, there are two values. Axis 1 means that we want to drop by column, meaning we want to drop it horizontally, not vertically, and the number of rows that we want is from index number 0 to 12 values or 12 rows we want in our new subset. If I run it, we will be getting a new data frame GDP5, and if I run it, we can see that we are getting 12 rows. We would be getting 12 rows from 1 to 0 to 11, which would be 12 rows, and we can see that the country code column has been dropped. We have covered this part, and here is a lab for you. You have to import the bank market dataset, and depend on whatever we have discussed so far, you should be able to solve this problem in this lab. Now we will move to subsetting with variable filter condition. Sometimes we want to select one particular variable and we just want to apply a condition on that particular variable. Like in a data frame we have a column age and we want to select rows only if that column has value more than 40. Any value in that column is 40. Imagine if we have a column age and we want to select all the rows where age value is more than 40. We can just use this conditional variable filter condition and we can create a new subset. How we do it, we will see in Python. So first I will just import the bank data set on which I'm going to use the variable filter condition. Once I have imported the data set, I want to give a filter or condition where from the column age the values of age should be 40 and value of loan should be no. But first let's just see what this data set look like. I will go to the bank data and I will double click on it, and I would be able to see all the top rows of the data frame. We can see that there are 18 columns, and from the column age I want to get every row which has age more than 40, and the column from column loan I want every column which has value no. So if I want to create this kind of new subset, I can just use the name of the data frame from which I want to filter out, and then I will use square bracket, and in there I can just type the condition and the first and second condition, whatever condition I want. So using AND means that we are going to, these both condition has to be true. AND is a basic logical operation, so AND applies that both the condition 1 which is age more than 40 and loan is equal to no. If the both condition are true, only those rows will be taken into consideration. So if I run this, we would be able to create a new subset, that is bank subset 1, and if we try to open this and go to age, we can see in the first few line that all the age is more than 40, and if you move further to the loan column, we can see that value of loan in here is no, meaning the both condition has to be true, only then this condition would work. Now if I wanted to see the shape of this data set, we can directly move to variable explorer and we can see that there are still 18 column, meaning that no column has been removed, but with the condition we were only able to get 17,156 rows, and previously the number of row was 45,211. Now we will try to use with applying the OR condition. For OR condition we have the simple straight line which can be got by the with shift and the button that we have below our escape button. What this condition applies that this condition applies that if the age is more than 40 or the loan is equal to no, meaning any of the one condition, if it's true, this will give us the column would be the row would be included in our subset. So if I try to run this, we can see that the bank subset 2 has been created, and out of everything we can see that there are 41,305 column in our 41,305 row in our new subset. If we can check the shape also from using the dot shape function, or we can directly move to our variable explorer and we can see the size of that new subset. Now sometime we want both the AND and OR condition to be applied. We can also do that, and OR and OR condition both we are trying to apply over here. We can see that what will happen here is with AND condition the age is more than 40 and loan is equal to no, meaning the all the data rows which has age more than 40 and loan is equal to no will be taken. Other than that, with the OR condition, once these lines rows are taken, we will go to our OR condition and we see that if the marital status is single, those line will also be taken in our new subset. It will not matter if the loan is no there or age is more than 40. It won't matter. All the all the rows will be taken into consideration. And if we see that we have run this code and we see that 28,204 rows were sufficing this condition. And if I want to see just a head, or we want to check if the condition was correct or not, we can just open that data frame and we see that age is from the top values. We can see that age is has to be more than 40, but at few places we can see that age is less than 40 also. Why? Because the second condition which was OR condition, saying if the marital status is also single, it has to be taken into consideration. We have done the variable. Next is our lab. You have been given a few questions. You have to import the automobile dataset, and whatever we have learned in the variable filter condition, you should be able to solve this.